Okay, so hello and welcome everyone to a completely new format, or at least in some way, at least the way I produce it. So, in case you're wondering that there are no time codes somewhere here on the screen, but don't worry, there will be down below in the description, because as you maybe noticed, that this is not recorded and then rendered, because what I want to try is to maybe deliver you more of these kind of videos like back in the days, the ramblings, but what would save me a lot of time, since I never really edited them anyways besides the time codes and a few little minor things because maybe of the video or something like that. I wanted to try something else. This is recorded through a video capture card through my PC directly. I have an audio delay of 150 milliseconds because that should have my sound in sync. I hope at least so. And this allows me to directly record with OBS. Then I don't need to edit anything, and I can, as it is, put it on YouTube. Because I usually don't edit these kind of videos, the ramblings, no, not ever. Maybe I usually take the front section away and the back section, but I won't do this. So let me know if you wanted this, because I wanted to try this to deliver you more content, because so many times I have something on my mind, but then I think until I get the editing done, until I get the camera done, because I don't really want to do much here. I just want to get it out and tell my message, because I did want to say you something, because it's super late here. It's 50 minutes to midnight. So I actually wanted to go to sleep already so I can wake up quite early and get a review done, because this week I was not lazy, but I just didn't get the time, because I was working at the midday shift, so the second shift where I work from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And before work, I usually didn't get the job because I slept very bad this week, so I didn't get the time, and I didn't really properly have anything to review, which I'll get to in a few seconds. And then after work, I'm definitely way tired, and then getting this all done at this kind of hour, because I don't want to really bother my neighbors too much, even though they should hear me. Actually, I'm not that loud or something like that. So why didn't I release my reviews? I reviewed the one here that you can see on the back, the 7.1 headsets. Definitely nice. I will definitely use it, because usually the 1x1 products were nice, they were okay, but I didn't really have a use for them. But this one I will definitely use. But the other thing is, maybe you've seen it if you follow me on Twitter, and if not, you should. Handle is @Nimbak. I was planning on actually releasing yesterday my Sony Xperia XA review, but there is a reason why I didn't do that, because, and actually there is also another thing, the Sony Xperia E5 review, if you've maybe noticed, isn't there anymore. I took it down for one reason. I messed up. It's not actually completely my fault, but I should have maybe have realized it earlier, because the one thing is, what I usually do is on every phone I set it up. But what allowed me in the recent past to get this done was the option in Google, if you sign an account, to choose which apps you want to install. But since recently, at least on the Sony device, there was the option, if you tap your two devices together with NFC, and then it just restored the whole device. It just didn't ask me which ones. And the difference is, it installed all of the apps that I have on my Samsung Galaxy S7, which is kind of my base device. And there I have it installed, I think, 74 apps. What happened? Nothing. Nothing out of there. I didn't notice anything. But what I noticed on the E5, I heard it has bad battery life, but I had extremely terrible battery life. And that's why I bashed it a lot on the review. Why I took it down, because it's actually not its fault. Because I also, with the same setup, used the Sony Xperia XA, which had an even worse battery life of less than 2 hours. And I thought, yes, it's supposed to be even worse than the A5. But then I just today, or it was yesterday, had the Idol 4 on a run, and with that one barely scratched the 3-hour mark, and then I knew something can't be right, because that phone with that battery size, with that SoC that I know shouldn't be that bad. So I did blame it on the restore function, and what I did is didn't use the NFC, but just the normal one where I type in my Google login. And what happened? It asked me which apps I want to install, and then if I just choose the ones that I definitely know I need for the review, because there are a lot of apps I have on my phone and my personal one that I absolutely won't ever need on the review units, and I did that, and then I had like 32 to 34 apps depending on which device I used it for, and the result is I got about 4 hours of screen on time instead of barely even 3. So it definitely had an impact. That's something that I realized today. And what did I do? I had to reset manually 5 devices and reset up those devices. So the E5 I screwed up, and that's why I took it down. Maybe I will re-review it anytime, but my final conclusion still stands. I wouldn't recommend it because it's just too expensive for what it is. Even though it would have, let's say, instead of 2 hours, 3.5 hours or 3 hours of battery life, I still wouldn't recommend it, especially for the price. But that's another thing. The Sony Xperia XA I didn't release because I will have to review it, at least get the battery, because I have all the data, but my battery stats are completely screwed now. But I will have to ask Sony if I can keep it for 1 week longer. For some odd reason, the Sony Xperia X performance with the odd setup didn't really get that impact, or maybe I didn't see that yet. So I reset up, if that's a word, the Sony Xperia XA, the Alcatel Idol 4, the experience and the performance, and then the Sony Xperia A5 I still have to reset up, and then there was the Huawei P9 Lite that I have for a review. And by the way, there will be a review, of course, of the Idol 4. For now, I can already tell you it will be very positive. This phone is as good as its bigger brother where it was. I would say almost, but for its price, absolutely great. And it will be a really great fight. So actually, if you maybe notice, I'm talking a little bit more calm, a little bit less loud, just because I don't wanna, disturb my neighbors. And like I said, I won't really check anything, and it will be uploaded as it is. So that is the one update. So what I will never do on not any device, and actually don't worry, all the recent past restore functions went fine because I didn't use that system. So all my previous reviews before that were fine, because the last one before the E5 that was terrible was the Samsung Galaxy J3, and that one was fine. So everything since then is fine, and I won't ever do it. I will only if there is the option to choose the apps. If not, I will do everything manually. Then I'm on the safe side, because it must have been some crooked app that I have on my, maybe a Samsung specific service that doesn't work on the other devices. So yeah, I definitely won't do this, and I regret it, because I've used Xperia XA for a week for nothing. Yeah, that's all. Okay, I know more about the normal use and all that, but it is sad to see. Okay, so I had the failed battery test I talked about. The Idol 4 review will be coming. That's a topic. That was one topic, because I just really made some short ones. And actually one is breaks before mistakes, because what I've noticed, I just have too many review units at the same time for a single person YouTuber that does this on his free time. It's just too much. I will have to calm down a little bit, slow down a little bit, because I noticed I just can't keep that up. And what I just noticed, I have no idea how long this video is going on. So this is unfortunate. I should have had some timer somewhere. So I just need a little bit of a break. What I think I will do is get rid of all the reviews that I have now. I will finish all those. So what is actually, just so you know what is coming up. I still have the review up for the keyboard here. It's the 610 with the brown switches. The G610 from Logitech with the brown switches. Then there will be a review of the Dell Latitude 5179. So that's coming with 2 keyboards. Then there is the Alcatel Idol 4 review coming. Then there is the P9 Lite review coming, along with a comparison with the Idol 4. Then there is the Xperia XA review coming, the Xperia X Performance. Then I will get, I've actually almost asked for it. I didn't yet, but I will get the Alcatel Pop 4S. That actually sounds like a really interesting device. I didn't even knew that was there. And maybe for the people asking why the German version of the Alcatel Idol 4 doesn't have a fingerprint scanner, I asked them and they said it's just because of regional demand. They said here it's just not demanded so much, so that's why I decided to release a version without that. Of course, it would have been nice still to have it for the same price, since Germany definitely doesn't luck out so much, because I actually noticed that since I reviewed it, the price actually has risen. Right? I think that's right enough. So that's the one thing, that's the case. What else is coming? I ordered already 3 headsets from Cyberport that I get to review. So that is the HyperX Cloud 2, just so I have a base, because that is what a very, very popular gaming headset for since ever. It's been out for at least 1 or 2 years, and I needed that for a base because so many people have that. And then I will also get the HyperCloud X Revolver, so I can actually compare them, and if I then I can tell you if it's actually worth upgrading from the 2 to the Revolver. That is interesting. And then there will be the Razer Manowar, and if I get it in time for this big comparison of those 3, I also will get the Logitech G933 gaming headset. So I would really like to include all those 4, maybe along with the 9.1 to get it. And is there no option to see how long this video is going? Oh, it is actually 10 minutes, so I'm still fine. Something I did not even expect. So that is a topic. And the next topic would be, yeah, if you want to see more videos like these, because I could put these out quite fast, because it would just take me about what it needs me to record it, and then I will just upload it. I am recording this with 16 Mbit. Should be good enough. It's 1080p, 60 frames. Quality, from what I checked from a little quick check, seemed fine, because this would kind of be the new rambling. And I would say I would release it maybe every Friday. I can't really make a timeout yet because I work in 3 shifts, so it would be 1 week a little bit at late afternoon, 1 later at night, and 1 maybe in the evening. But I would really like to get this still done, because ever since I made the ramblings, I always told you that the ramblings are a good balance for me. They calm me down from the reviews that are a little bit stressful sometimes. And I would like to do that on Friday, so I have the day free to make a review in the early afternoon, so I have the time for the live Q&A in the evening. So this is pretty much my current flow. And once I have all the review units finished, actually, I will maybe take a break of a week or something like that, because I need to recharge. I just have too many devices, because all the things that I've told you, this is a single person who reviews this, and this reviewing takes up a lot of time, and then making the review and trying to get it all under one roof isn't that easy. So I don't want to stretch it anymore. I got the few things that I wanted. I didn't really get, because I really wanted to make this spontaneous, because it's now 3 minutes to midnight, and I wanted to get this out since I actually wanted to go to bed, and that's why I didn't really come up with all the topics that I had. So yeah, that's the thing. So there is a lot of content coming. I will do my best to get you satisfied because I still enjoy the channel a lot. Thanks for all the positive comments, but I need to get it out, especially the battery issue with the E5. I actually want to make a video, call it "Sorry, I was wrong." And whoever saw Lost ever and knows John Locke, you know what it means. Sorry, I was wrong, because I messed up with the battery, and I'm actually super angry that I released the E5 with that issue. I should have known better, but maybe because of all the stress trying to put all that content out, I didn't notice. So I guess it's done. The video is 12.5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. And the next ones, this is just to be like of an intro for the ramblings, for the new ramblings. Let's say raw ramblings, raw uncut ramblings. Let me know if you have a name for that, because I don't want to really call those any more random ramblings, because it is something different. The format will be a little bit different. I want to try to keep them a little bit shorter. No, actually, I don't want to, actually, because with the little editing, or not needed editing, it would save me a lot of time. But yeah, raw rambling raw late night. No, come up with a name and let me know if you want to see that. And I don't need that many viewers for that. I'm happy with the comments that I usually already got on the ramblings in the past. So see this as a kind of new introduction of the ramblings and a little status update. In the next few weeks, if I get the time, it will be more, or let me actually know, do you want them to be more channel related, so a little bit information on my background stuff, or do you want me to talk about tech again, like I did in the ramblings in the past, or maybe a nice healthy mix? So maybe like the first half would be something about the channel, or the second half, and then maybe one about the tech, because I personally would actually prefer to talk about the channel and all that. I really like to talk about the background stuff, because that is something that I would, it's maybe just me personally, like to see from so many higher level channels or bigger channels, because it's so nice to see how do they actually tick in the background. And I'm pretty sure if you've ever seen my live tech Q&A or my ramblings in the past, you definitely know a lot more about me, maybe personally, but also mostly a lot of background behind the scenes stuff. And I really like to share that, because I would wish for so many other channels to do just that, because I find it interesting. Maybe I'm alone here, so let me know. Either both, personal and behind the scenes stuff and news or ramblings or random rants or whatever, or one or the other. Let me know. Give me the name and let me know if you like this content. Okay, I will just cut it off and that will be it. So bye. Appreciate all the likes and subscribe to our channel.